Notice on the navigation pane, we've got 4 sections: source, code commit, build, code build, deploy, code deploy, and pipeline, code pipeline. We're going to start with code commit. Go ahead and make sure repositories is already selected. And then over there on the right, click the create repository button. And we are going to give this one a name. Let's call this one sample app. And we're going to leave the description blank and then click the create button. Now again, you do not have to use Git in order to use code commit. You can upload files to your repository using the Service Console, or you can use Git, or you can even use the AWS CLI. So let's just start with the Service Console. This is really easy. Scroll down to the bottom, and there is the empty repository. Click on the Add File button, and then you can either create a file or upload a file. All right, let's click on Create File. And here we get a simple text editor. So let's just type here in the body of it, hello world, and then scroll down to the file name, and let's call this one hello.txt. Now, 2 other things that Git requires are an author name and an email address. So under the author name, I'm just going to put Ben, and then my email address, ben@BenPiper.com. And then we have an option for putting a commit message here. We're just going to go ahead and leave this blank for now, and then click the Commit Changes button. And it says up at the top, hello.txt has been committed to the master, master being a reference to the master branch. All right, now let's click the Edit button. And then let's just slightly change this by turning the period into an exclamation point. And then down at the bottom here, under the author name, I'm going to put Ben@BenPiper.com. And then under the optional commit message, I'm going to put change punctuation, and then click the Commit Changes button. And once again, it says hello.txt has been committed to the master. Now, I did that seemingly meaningless exercise for a reason. Here's what I wanted to show you. Click on the View Commit button up at the top. Scroll down a little bit. One of the key features of Git is called differencing. Differencing tracks the individual changes to a file and lets you view those changes so you know exactly what changed. Obviously, a very useful feature when it comes to debugging source code. As you can see here, it shows us the first version of the file, which has hello world with a period at the end, and then the version we just created, which changes the period to an exclamation point. All right, excellent. Now, over on the navigation pane, please click on Code. And there is our repo now with our hello.txt file. Now, what you can do in the Service Console is pretty limited. If you're going to get serious with code commit, you need to use Git. So in the next clip, we'll take a look at how to configure Git to work with our code commit repo.